Shortly after the Patriots did beat the Panthers in week 1 of the preseason 17-3, the Patriots are making some roster moves. Doesn't have anything to do with quarterback Bailey Zappi, but it does have something to do with wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster. They've officially cut the veteran wide receiver. This doesn't come as much of a surprise to me because he wasn't really showcasing his skill set in training camp. OTAs and mini camps, he struggled. Then he came into training camp, had a really slow start, and honestly, he was getting outshined by younger, more versatile wide receivers for the New England Patriots. But since this release did just come out, it looks like the Patriots are now going to eat about $9.5 million of dead cap hit. But honestly, this allows JuJu to have enough time before the regular season does start to be able to sign with another team and potentially carry on the rest of his NFL career. But we know he really did not showcase a lot last season for the Patriots, who did have a very bad offense, but JuJu Smith-Schuster was not a bright spot in a struggling offense. If anything, he was struggling right alongside Mac Jones and the rest of the Patriots. So JuJu just got pretty much beat in the training camps, and currently in week 1 of the NFL preseason, Kayshon Boutte, Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, really outshining JuJu Smith-Schuster. So nonetheless, does look like this is the end of the road for the veteran wide receiver. Go ahead and comment down below your one-word reaction to the Patriots waiving JuJu. This does now allow him to showcase anywhere else with any other team, and that is my cat beanie. I do apologize. But go on ahead, drop your one-word reaction to this cut down below in the comment section. Arguably, I think JuJu was just having probably one of the worst training camps besides any rookies in the Patriots offense. And that goes to show that Jalen Polk and Javon Baker are really shining with multiple different lineups of this Patriots offense, whether it's Drake May, Jacoby Brissett, Joe Milton, or even Bailey Zappi. But obviously, this goes all the way back to last season, now having a new head coach with Jerod Mayo. I just think that there's more talent right now on the field for the Patriots when it comes to the wide receiver room. And I do want to talk a little bit about what I saw last night in the Panthers versus Patriots game. We knew that Kayshon Boutte, even Jaquay Jackson coming in with a major touchdown catch, 38-yard bomb from Joe Milton, set up the Patriots to be able to have a 17-3 win. I thought Tyquan Thornton was also very pivotal. I thought that Kayshon Boutte made his name known. If he continues to shine like this in week 2 and week 3 of the preseason, I could see Kayshon Boutte absolutely making this 53-man roster. But for JuJu Smith-Schuster, we didn't really see anything. He ran with Drake May a little bit, but other than that, I do not know any plays where he stood out versus the Carolina Panthers. I did see Jalen Polk. He went 3 for 3. He only had 14 yards on the day with his longest being 6, but it still makes sense that Jalen Polk, they're not going to try to overwork their possibly new wide receiver 1 in this long depth chart of receivers. David Wallace, even Division III Randolph-Macon stud, ended up making his debut more so on the punt return team, but he also got in with Joe Milton towards the end of the ballgame. I could see him making a vow for that practice squad. Maybe not ready for NFL just yet, but when it comes to somebody like JuJu, when he was once a phenomenal wide receiver way back when with the Steelers, I do think that now he's just kind of run out of gas. If he does end up signing with any other team before the NFL regular season, I could see him being a viable option as a third receiver on any depth chart, maybe even a second receiver, but I do not think that there was really enough room for the Patriots offense, and I do believe this is a good thing. Last year, the Patriots needed somebody like JuJu Smith-Schuster despite his lack of consistency and lack of explosive plays. Now, because they have beefed up their receiver room and did what a rebuilding franchise needs to do, I think that they have equipped themselves with enough resources to be able to cut somebody like 27-year-old JuJu Smith-Schuster. Unfortunately, getting that $9.5 million dead cap hit, it doesn't do too much for the Patriots, knowing they have still over $40 million in cap space in this offseason, despite Brandon Ayuk declining a $32 million per year payroll from the Patriots, and he is still now looking to be with a new team. But I think Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, you've got Jalen Reagor, Tyquan Thornton also trying to make this wide receiver depth chart. Jalen Polk, Javon Baker, and Kendrick Bourne, who's looking like he's going to start the season on the PUP list, will allow some other receivers to break through. But it was pretty clear last night that they just weren't going to utilize JuJu Smith-Schuster, which is okay. I think that there are still plenty of options to use here. But I was pretty surprised that maybe something along the lines of a Bailey Zappi announcement should be coming quite soon. I felt that Bailey Zappi was overshadowed by Joe Milton, and even though his stats weren't as good as Bailey Zappi's, he played longer than Joe Milton did. He didn't have a touchdown pass. Yes, he did hand it off to Kevin Harris, and yes, he did have a phenomenal pass to Kayshon Boutte to set up that touchdown, but still, Bailey Zappi just looks like a backup somewhere else. I just don't think that he should be with the Patriots too much longer, but unlike JuJu, I do think that Bailey Zappi has enough juice that they could possibly end up trading the quarterback to get some kind of draft capital, get some kind of cash considerations for Zappi to be a backup quarterback in the NFL. When I watch Zappi, I just kind of think of Colt McCoy made his living as a backup in the NFL, and that's perfectly fine. I think Bailey Zappi is a fine quarterback, but I'm just not sure that he has what it takes to beat out Joe Milton, which is what I think ultimately happened with JuJu here. I think that he is a fine wide receiver. I know the knee injury is really what had kept him from reaching his full potential last season, and even then in training camp, couple weeks ago, he was seen walking pretty gingerly off the field after he made a pretty impressive play, but ended up dropping the ball from that knee injury. And he said, look, I got to start taking care of that now. He said he was fine to keep competing, but obviously it kept him from competing at a high level in this NFL training camp. So now that you've had JuJu who's had knee injuries, didn't really have a good season last year, wasn't showing Jerod Mayo pretty much anything in training camp to keep him on this roster, and then he also got injured in training camp, not to a point where it needed to take him off the field, but at least put him in the tent. It just sounds like the end of the road needed to be here. If you can't showcase your skills against the Carolina Panthers in week 1 of preseason, then I think that is about it. But if you guys do want more updates here on anything that happens with the New England Patriots, obviously I'm not even in the office today, but I want to hop on here, talk about JuJu no longer being with the Patriots, and that leaves more room open for players like Tyquan Thornton, Jalen Reagor, Kayshon Boutte to make this 53-man roster. Although I didn't think JuJu was ever really going to be a candidate for the 53-man, but now it's fully set in stone. They're going to take that dead cap hit. They're going to allow JuJu to sign with another team in the NFL before the regular season. I wouldn't be surprised if another team picked him up. I think his name has a little bit more credibility than his skill set does just right now, but as long as he stays healthy, I do think he has a couple more years left in the NFL. But I'm very, very excited, just like Eliot Wolf said, when they were no longer trying to acquire Brandon Ayuk, they said, I'm really excited about the young receiver core that we have right now in the Patriots locker room, and I just don't think JuJu Smith-Schuster fit that mold. But I'm excited for Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, Kayshon Boutte, Demario Douglas, Kendrick Bourne, KJ Osborne, the list goes on. I think whoever is in the backfield for the Patriots as a quarterback is going to have several options to hit when it comes to routes. So for anything and everything New England Patriots, go on ahead, hit that sub button for me. If anything happens, I will jump on this immediately, make a video, and let you guys know the latest surrounding your favorite NFL team.